Oh wow. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so hello everybody, it's me Bree at 135, and this is the first official talk vlog type of thing that you all will see. I mean, before you've only seen my pretty crappy videos that will hopefully get better over time, but I am here to talk to you a little bit about my life here so far in Japan. So now I'm going to get into, I guess, now that I've been here for 2 months. I arrived here on July 22nd. So I guess the good, the bad, and the ugly things that I've experienced so far here in Japan. So as far as what the good is about Japan, there's three main things. For one, safety. So I am from the States, and of course, any country has its both good and its bad parts. And I don't know, I just find that in Japan generally, I feel a lot more safer here than I would at home. Nobody's never bothered me thus far walking around at night, be it whatever hour, and I could walk alone by myself. That doesn't mean I'm stupid and will, you know, I don't know, go into a bar in the streets of Osaka in a little sketchy area and go like mess around with the Yakuza, but you know, for just general safety wise, I just feel a lot more safe here. And to go along with that, the police here, we're at an interesting time now where police, especially with POCs, people of color, you kind of feel this sense of like hesitation. Like police are seen as, at least in my personal opinion, as somebody who should be feared, which should not be what police should be. In my opinion, police should be people, those in your community that you trust, that you can go to in a time of need and feel safe around them. And that's exactly what I get here. So yeah, that is it for safety. Also, in terms of good, I will have to say politeness. People here are very polite, sometimes too polite. But I have not had any experiences whatsoever of people being rude to me in any way. And going on to, I guess, with that politeness, is that Japanese customer service is some of the best customer service that I have ever experienced, whether that be I'm in a store shopping, I'm at a restaurant. They just treat people right. And I don't know what else to say about that. So I'm gonna move on to the accessibility. So I'm not sure how big Japan is in terms of size, but it's readily easy to get anywhere thanks to the bullet trains, the various types of bullet trains actually. It's very easy to go to any part of the island, with the exception of course, Okinawa and Hokkaido, which you would have to take a plane to, but the planes are so cheap here that it's generally cool to just fly to Okinawa or Hokkaido for a weekend and you won't be breaking the bank. Oh, I forgot to mention another good part. Another good part would have to be Japanese fashion, bruh. It is crazy out here. I'm gonna see if I can attach some photos around the video somewhere. Hopefully, I don't know if I get copyrighted, but the fashion here is so amazing. I love it because it's so creative. Especially me, I'm not necessarily a fashionista, but I enjoy looking at different fashions. I like to see people's creativity. It gives me motivation and it makes me inspired. So the fashion scene in Japan, especially in Osaka near the Shinsaibashi area, and of course Tokyo, Harajuku definitely, the fashion sense is crazy. Like Japan is definitely doing things in the future that I feel like the States will have to catch up to. But that being said, I will now get to my second part, which is the bad things that I've noticed so far here in Japan. I wouldn't necessarily say bad, but just things that, I don't know, that I've come across in my past 2 months here that I really just don't understand why. I just don't get it. So the first one would have to be internet here. you would think for a tech-savvy country that getting Wi-Fi here would be no problem, or just, I don't know, getting internet, getting anything would be a lot easier and simple, but it's not. It's a lot more difficult. It's taken me 2 months to get my internet that I now have, thankfully, in my apartment. But when I first got here, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get set up, I'm gonna get my apartment, I'm gonna get my internet in the next couple of weeks, and then I should be good. And then I talked to my other coworkers, and they were saying like, oh, well, yeah, it's taken me like 2 months to get internet and things like that. And I was like, what? I was like, huh? No, that can't be right. And they were right. But I don't understand the size, the slowness of everything in this country. I have to be, how early things close. I live in the countryside, so things will definitely be different if I were to, let's just say, go to Tokyo or hang out in Osaka. But generally, everything closes here at 9 o'clock. That's all I'm gonna say for that. So for the next thing about the bad parts will have to be expensive. Japan is crazy freaking expensive. Like, I thought that it would be a little bit cheaper than the States. Nah, bruh. It's like, it's here. Like, it's so freaking expensive to live here. Well, I wouldn't say like it wouldn't be comparable to like New York. Well, maybe if you go to Tokyo, it would be like New York prices. But generally, you're gonna be paying, at least in the US, the same price of certain stuff you get in the States, if not even more. I paid $50 for some curtains. And I don't understand why they're so expensive. Okay, so the last thing that I'm gonna touch upon is the ugly parts of Japan. More specifically, the area that I live in, which, like I said, I'm in the Kansai. I don't think I said it. I'm in the Kansai region. So that being said, the ugly parts of Japan, one of them will have to be the bugs. I have never experienced bugs like what I have experienced in Japan. They are crazy huge. Like, you know those pictures that you see of Australia, those huge ass spiders, or like centipedes with millions of legs? They're here, and they are alive, and they are well. I guess it's because it's an island, but Japan just breeds different types of bugs that should have never been created, and it just makes me so sad. So yes, the bugs are crazy here. The next thing about Japan that's ugly would have to be the freaking typhoons and monsoons. So I've recently just experienced my first, typhoon. And granted, it's not bad, it's just like a lot of rain. But you can't expect, like, usually like with rain, you have a little umbrella up, and then you're a little dry, you can walk around, you can go somewhere. In typhoons, you can't do that. There's wind, there's rain. Just think of a pool, and now just think of you walking outside in a pool. You're basically going to be soaked with water, and that's gonna be it. Oh, another one would have to be, thanks to President Trump, we now have missiles that kind of go, well, not me specifically, but over Japan as a nation. There's some missiles, if you all read the news and already know about the UN and Trump and Kim Jong-un's like beef going on. Basically, it's getting a little hot in this area, and I just can't, I can't deal with an attack from North Korea, because then somebody got to pull me out. I don't know if it's going to be the US, if it's going to be one of the allies. I don't know where I'm going to go. I don't know where I'm going to pack up stuff at. Yeah, that's about it. Okay, so that is my quick little video of the good things, the bad things, and the ugly things that I've experienced so far here in Japan. Granted, I have only been here for 2 months, so this list will definitely change the longer I stay here, the more I experience. But for right now, these are just my initial kind of thoughts. So I thank you all for watching and supporting me. And if you want to, hit the subscribe button, which will be down below, the little red button. And that is it. So that's all, folks. And I will see you all next time. It's me, Bree, at 135.